The 32-team expanded Club World Cup is here, and before we dig into all the details and logistics, etc., I just want to say that on the surface, it is a good idea. In years past, we had a Club World Cup. It was, all due respect, off the beaten path in Japan or in the Middle East. It occurred in December, so it was in the middle of the season. We couldn't really watch it because the times were a little bit off. We were overwhelmed with so much other stuff going on, we wouldn't pay attention. The teams would arrive staggered, so it would be a 7-team tournament, and the teams from Africa, Asia, CONCACAF would arrive, and then the winners from UEFA and CONMEBOL would come a week later, so it wasn't a fair competition by any stretch. It was just cumbersome and difficult. But, the idea to expand it to 32 teams to make it fair, which it will be, we have perfected this format at the World Cup, group stages, knockout stages, everyone there at the same time, level playing field. So it's a good idea on the surface. Now, with everything else that is happening and the ever-expanding land rush for soccer, everyone wants a bigger piece of the pie. It's not just FIFA, it's UEFA, it's CONCACAF, it's CONMEBOL. Everyone wants bigger tournaments, more games, and we're just really beating down the players and the fans, although I'm a sicko and I would watch anything, to be perfectly honest. But it's something that we have to take into consideration. I understand it. Now, FIFA has alleviated that by throwing a lot of money at this tournament, which has got everyone's attention. So we're going to break down all these key components today on the Soccer OG, your one destination for all things soccer. Like and subscribe this video. Like it. We're trying to get to 5K. Tell your friends. This channel is going to be off the hook this summer, and wait till 2026. Leave a comment. I love the discourse. Leave a complaint. Leave a compliment. I'll take it all, and we'll get after it. I'm here for you. We're here. You look at my comment section. I will respond at the drop of a hat. So I'm going to try to answer some key questions. So, 1, the logistics, how it's going to work, and will it work? 2, because it's an American podcast, how will MLS teams fare? Maybe we can incorporate the Liga MX teams as well. 3, will it be a success? That's a good one, right? I'll let you know about that. And 4, we'll have some predictions, and we'll have a few other topics in and out of all of that. So with regards to logistics, FIFA's already gotten there, right? They've gotten the teams here. If you haven't, just go to social media. It's amazing. You'll see River Plate's arrived in Seattle, and the Ruala Red Diamonds have arrived. The big send-off, team after team, all rolling into the United States. By and large, pretty pumped to be in here. And that has gone well. And that is a big part of what's at stake, because we always ask, and we'll talk about the European teams, will they be engaged? And I'll give you a very interesting answer, I think. At least I think it's interesting. Money changes everything. Now, keep in mind, players argue with their agents about whether they're going to make $150,000 a week. That's how they pay them in Europe, or $170,000. So if they can make, and if a European team wins it, we're talking about $100 million. That's no small chunk of change. And I always have this argument with people, how much money do you want to make? I go, you can always make more money because you control that. You can help so many people. So I don't line up to that, hey, they make enough money. You don't. And the window for soccer players is small. Now, the logistics, there's going to be some issues. A lot coming out with the ICE raids, and they have the ICE has made it known that they will be at these games, which is really unfortunate. It's going to cast a dark shadow over it with regards to fans. Whatever your belief is on immigration, and I'll tell you mine on another day, you can't be over the head of people that are coming to these games. It can't be this weird manhunt thing. It's just not the way to run a tournament. But it's going to be there, and that is certainly something that could be a big news story and take it away from the games and create some unpleasant storylines that come out of it. The big logistic is, there's 2 big logistics here. The big one is the stadiums. They're going to be empty stadiums. There's no way to get around it. Now, FIFA has done a smart job for the most part, because you're going to have games that are going to have clubs that aren't going to travel well. I don't know how well the European teams are going to travel. FIFA is banking on the fact that American fans are going to come in and watch Real Madrid and Man City, much like they do for these preseason friendlies. PSG, I want to see PSG. They're training here in Westwood. I want to see them play. So they've put in like a game like Red Bull Salzburg and Al Hilal are playing at Audi Field, 20,000 seats. If that draws 8 or 9,000, that's a win. If it's half full, great. Same with Wydad of Morocco and Al Ain of the United Arab Emirates. They're also playing in Audi Field, and there's the Orlando Inter and Co Stadium, which is about 22, 23,000 seats as well. But the bigger issue, I think, is you'll have these 70, 80,000 seat stadiums for the big games. And I'm hearing good reports that they've sold 30, 40,000 tickets for the big European teams and some of these South American teams. But even then, that's going to leave a 70,000 seat stadium look kind of empty. You can deal with it. There's going to be empty stadiums. Can't run away with it. I've heard that FIFA's trying to give some freebies away. That's smart. Just get the people in there. You're going to take a hit on this. Remember, this is a rare case of FIFA spending money and not taking money. They are on the hook for the money spent here because they want it to grow. And they will see after this competition if it's worthwhile bringing it back in 4 years. I think they will. The question is, will it sustain after that? But World Cups, Euros all struggled when they first started. So you can't look at that. Will people watch on TV? It's available on DAZN worldwide, and you can watch these games for free. So why not get your DAZN account? DAZN are banking on that. Games, for instance, FIFA's done a smart job of putting these games in certain areas in prime time. For example, my team, LAFC, is going to open against Chelsea in Atlanta. The game is at 3 o'clock. Indoors, by the way, which is good news. That's 8 o'clock in London. I know there's fatigue for football, but if I was a Chelsea fan, or if I didn't like Chelsea, or if I just wanted to watch some football, I'm watching that on a Monday night. There's no games going on. We as a soccer fans all say, we need a break. Do we? When push comes to shove, we'll still watch. Players need a break. Fans to a lesser degree. Unless you have a vacation planned, you get your phone, you watch the game. So I think, excuse me, while the viewership is not going to be gangbusters, it's going to do okay. Next order of business, how will MLS teams fare? There are 3 in there. We also have 2 from Mexico, Pachuca and Monterrey. I don't think Pachuca is going to advance out of their group. I think Monterrey might have a chance in a group with River Plate and Inter. So there might be a chance there. Now I look at the bookmakers to see what they tell me. The Sounders, who play all 3 games in Seattle, big underdogs. Now, Inter Miami and LAFC are kind of even to advance out of the group. Bigger odds to win the group, but this is about advancing. And more money comes into your coffers if you can do it. You look at the groups and you don't think that Inter Miami A is going to be favored over Palmeiras or Porto. LAFC are not going to be favorites over Chelsea or Flamengo. Yet the bookmakers think it's a kind of a coin flip for these teams to advance. I'm surprised by that. But these guys make a living putting the lines, and they've been right so many times. So maybe there's something to a team. Keep in mind, these MLS teams have been playing their season, or the European teams are off the boil a bit. South American teams have been playing. So I think an MLS team will advance. I would say it's probably LAFC. Chelsea is that first game, I think, is a team they have to get it. Inter Miami, if they beat Al Ahly of Egypt. Palmeiras and Porto's a team that they possibly could run with. I don't know. But I like the odds. I like the odds for one of these 2 teams. I'm splitting it. They're telling me it's a split whether Inter Miami or LAFC wins. I'm hedging my bets and saying one will advance. Maybe both. Hopefully not none. It would be good to have a host country do it. So I'm going to say LAFC somehow makes it through. Not being a homer. But I just think they have a better chance with their group than the Inter Miami group. But Inter Miami does have a couple games in Miami. Keep that in mind. Home field matters. Maybe we'll get 2. I've talked myself into it. Next question. Will top European teams be interested? I've spoken to so many players. I've spoken to so many ex-players and journalists. And, I know a lot of people are very guarded. And a lot of people that do not have a horse in the race here are saying, no. Teams that do, what I've spoken to, have said they are interested. Why wouldn't you be? For the prize money, you are here as a team. Once you get on that plane, you start training, you're here, you're going to play. I was listening to Talk Sport. Darren Bent was on there. He's going, I think they're going to be 100% locked in. So we've said this about the old Club World Cup, and European teams win it every year with a couple moments where South American teams, but the last few years, the European teams have ripped through it. I also offer you this. Of the, 14 European teams that are here, many of them did not win a trophy last season. They did not. PSG did. They won the European Cup, but why wouldn't they want to further stamp themselves as a powerhouse globally? They could do it if they win this. They go for the clean sweep. Inter Milan didn't win anything. Manchester City didn't win anything. Borussia Dortmund didn't win anything. Real Madrid didn't win anything. Atletico Madrid didn't win anything. Juventus didn't win anything. Benfica didn't win anything. Porto didn't win anything. What better way to put an exclamation point on the end of the season or start a new season by winning a major trophy? So all those teams that didn't win anything are going to be engaged, 100%. And then the teams like PSG or Bayern Munich, who won the Bundesliga but fell short in their European campaign, why wouldn't they go for it? We know the South American teams are going to go for it. They will really push the envelope in this competition, in my estimation. But yes, the European teams, now that they're here, will go for it. Will it be a success? Okay, funny you should ask. I don't know. I think they will calibrate it to make it look a success, whatever has happened. Everything that's happened prior has put FIFA in a position, with the exception of maybe some empty stadiums. They have fallen short in that, but they have to pivot and find a way to make it work. Competition-wise, I think they're going to be doing well. The teams here, as we mentioned, the South American teams, are going to illuminate it. You have 6, and you have the biggest South American teams. You have the 2 big Rio teams, Flamengo, Fluminense. You have Palmeiras. You have Botafogo. Botafogo is also in Rio. Palmeiras is in Sao Paulo. 4 of the biggest clubs in Brazil. You have River Plate, you have Boca Juniors. The 2 big teams from Argentina. All very well supported. Fans will travel. We're already hearing reports of the 70,000 seat stadiums that they're going to be 3/4 full, or at the very least half full, with the South American teams. And I think the South American teams will do well. I think we mentioned the CONCACAF teams and Monterrey. They're going to push for it. A couple of the Asian teams, maybe Al Hilal, Urawa Red Diamonds, may make a run because they're a unique team. The African teams, I don't see it, but Al Ahly, we have seen in the past, win games in the Club World Cup. And African teams do well in the Club World Cup. So far be it from me to say that they are not going to put their best foot forward. Competitively, I think it's going to be a success. Quickly, my predictions. I've done this a couple times. So I think South American teams are going to do very well. My semifinals, my first semifinal is going to be Palmeiras and Manchester City. I think Pep is going to really get after us. Palmeiras, just Esteval was the star player. He is now on his way to Chelsea. He's a young player, but these Brazilian teams in particular are so deep. They go 18, 19 players, so will serve them well in the competition. Palmeiras has been the most successful team over the last 10 years in South America. They are going to beat Bayern and Atletico Madrid on the way to that semifinal. The other semifinal will be Flamengo and Real Madrid. Flamengo, much like Palmeiras, Flamengo is first in the Brasileiro right now. They've advanced through into the Copa Libertadores, much like Palmeiras, experienced, deep, not really star-studded, but they can throw so much at you. But it depends how you see it. A lot of guys in their mid-30s, but I think Flamengo and their supporters, 40 million registered fans for Flamengo. So that is what's going to do. The cream is going to rise to the top. I have Manchester City. I have Manchester City and Real Madrid. But what a final that would be. I think a South American team could win it, but these rosters are going to be so powerful for Man City and Real Madrid. And I'm going to say Manchester City wins it. Pep is back. I could be wrong because we've never seen a competition like this, but enjoy it. Get on your app. Watch it on Turner. I'll be on Turner for a couple games and soak it all in. Enjoy your summer. Soccer OG style. Like and subscribe.